Hello, welcome to Over in the Town. 2 games, 2 wins, 6 points, no goals conceded. That sounds quite nice, doesn't it? I don't know what Darren's laughing at. A short trip to the Western Home Stadium saw the Hatters run out 2-0 winners against Peterborough. And to risk a footballing cliche, it was a proper game of 2 halves. We're going to discuss the game in more detail. There was some standout performances for me at the weekend. And we're going to talk a little bit more about Mads and maybe some of the others. We'll see what the guys think about Mads and that. We also did ask you, given the second half performance, are you more confident that we'll be pushing for promotion this season? We're going to find out what the lads think about that. Now, with me tonight, as always, I say as always, but you know, it's a full house again. We have Steve, Bataro, and slightly injured Darren. Thanks for coming up, guys.
Pleased to see you.
Hello.
Hello.
Well, it's a good trip, wasn't it? At the weekend, we had a bit of a laugh going up in the car, and worth it.
Yeah, I wish they'd sort out the Black Cat roundabout. I mean, when it's working properly, that's a dog crap place to be. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, coming home, what did that add? 45, 50 minutes?
Doubled the journey, didn't it?
Yeah, tedious. But apart from that, it was a real good day.
Most of the time I go up to see Luton at Peterborough. I think we haven't won there properly for a long time.
20 odd years, isn't it?
It was crazy. But before we get fully into it, it was never in doubt, was it, Bataro?
I mean, after that first half performance, it might have been, but no, second half, a lot better. So yeah, but no, that first half was shocking though.
But even given the first half, Darren, you know, I looked at the highlights and I think I don't remember being even worried that they were going to score.
No, I don't think so. But when we were looking at the sort of running order back, they had a couple of chances, and actually watching the highlights back, they're only half chances. Yeah. So it was probably fairly even. It was dull as dishwater, wasn't it? And I was thinking my 0-0 prediction was going to come true, but they literally had nothing. They had no quality, and you just think if we can just turn the screw, just step it up a little bit, you know, we're going to do it, and we did.
Yeah.
I spoke to Up the Posh before the game last week, and I've listened to what they've said about their performance, and they are just angry that Peterborough never got out of the blocks at all. They talk about the goalkeeper in a bit. They had no attacking threat. They thought their midfield was good. If I was a Peterborough supporter right now, and I know it's only 2 games, I'd be going, oh my God, we're in trouble this season.
Yeah, but, you know, it always takes, you know, X amount of games for things to settle down, you know. I mean, look at us. I'm sure we are not the only team. We're still looking for a couple of players. We've still got players at various stages of fitness from a lack of pre-season or what have you. And I'm sure, I would say 75, 80% of the teams are in exactly the same situation. Now, yeah, the first half wasn't one that you're going to remember, but I didn't feel at any point under any pressure from them. You know, we were still the ones most likely to do something. You know, it didn't work on the day, but what I saw, there was quite a few offsides first half.
Yes,
okay, particularly with us. But the amount of times I saw the ball being played into Yates, and he was doing the first time pass on to Wells, you know, either the pass didn't make it or he was offside or vice versa. But I was really pleased with that, because what I was seeing is there was movement being made and there was an awareness from Yates, and he was making the pass. That is going to click in a few weeks' time when they're both up to speed. They've been on the training ground day in, day out. You know, so even though the first half wasn't all that, we were never under any pressure, and we were the ones that were most likely to get anything.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, I think we all thought the same. I think we was under no pressure whatsoever by them. You didn't feel like we was going to concede, but I also didn't feel like we were going to score either. And obviously, like I say, second half was completely different. But that first half, I don't think we had a single shot, did we? A single shot?
Makosa
over, yeah.
Makosa, who should have scored that.
Should have scored that, yes.
Yeah, he did snatch at it, didn't he?
I believe that Peterborough have only won 10 games in 42. Or something around those.
They finished in the bottom last season, didn't they? I think. Yeah,
they just about. So, you know.
But and that's a team that you would historically think over the last sort of 15, 20, you know, the odd seed in the Championship, but a strong proven League One team, and
they've had some quality strikers in the past. I think we have is it
Cale Smith was it we had years ago,
and is it like Francis Clark or
someone like that? Hyphenated name,
it was a hyphenated name. And so they've had a couple of good strikers in recent history that's obviously done them well, but they just had no quality.
I think that runs out in the end.
Clark Harris.
Clark Harris.
But that runs out. I don't think you can keep on selling for good money and hoping to pull another gem out from the lower leagues. At some point, it won't work, and then you're in trouble. And it may be this season or last season with them, but they're certainly not the force that you would expect them to be in that division.
No, they're not. But equally, they've started with Cardiff and ourselves. You know, they would have looked at that fixture list and thought, come on.
Yeah, true.
Wow, let's not get too forward again. So let's have a look at our 3-word reviews from the weekend. Peterborough 0, Luton Town 2. Nigel says back-to-back. Paul says slowly building confidence. Kitty, better second half. Matt, momentum is building. Shane, good away win. Colin, 6 from 6. Ray. Louise, another clean sheet. Hats Live 85, winning breeds confidence. Mega Dark Flames, whoever you are, defensively solid again, and Hats Grey, Luton our bag. Do you want to take one each, guys?
Yeah, I think I'll just go with better second half because it was a marked difference.
For me, it's going to be defensively solid again because, like you say, another clean sheet. In pre-season, I think we pointed out it was 2 goals conceded as well. So obviously, I know it's only pre-season, doesn't really mean much, but obviously, it's stemming into the new season. So it's good to see clean sheets again.
Yeah, and I'll go with slowly building confidence. I think overall, but in that game as well. The moment we got the goal, that was it. We were away,
100%,
and you could see, their heads were up, the chests were out. They, and they started passing the ball around.
And if we really wanted to, we could have scored another 1 or 2.
Yeah, there was chances
if we wanted to.
But I think in the game, we built confidence, but I think as a group, they are building
exactly, Darren. And I think in that vein, when they were back in the changing rooms, they'd have been absolutely buzzing about that. And that's when you think, right, we're looking forward to training on Sunday, Monday, whenever it is, 100%. Taking another step forward. So it's good. It is good.
Before we delve into the game, if you're watching on YouTube or listening on Spotify, you want to hip over to YouTube, give us a like and a subscribe. That will be helping us out loads. I said it at the beginning for a change, so there we go. 2 changes from the Wimbledon game. Baptiste in for Walsh and Yates in for Nigel. Yates obviously making his debut, and I say Nigel. Glenn, who sits near me, has a song for him. I don't know if you heard it from... what's his name? Kevin Bloody Wilson. The Nigel song. That should be his song. Give it a listen if you haven't heard it before. First half then, we come... And by the way, big mention out to the fans at the weekend. I thought we were quite loud and quite joyous. It was kind of fun. Yeah. Fun for a change, isn't it?
You can't ask much more for an away game. Fairly close, good weather.
3,000.
Darren getting a parking space about 100 yards from the terraces, so
beautiful,
top work there. But no, it was
Did
just
he get his sail badge out of his elbow, hanging out the window?
His blue badge.
Okay, so first half starts, and you're expecting the home team to take control to start with, while we find our places in the game. And 5 minutes, little shock to the bottom of the goal. Keeley, comfortable. He looked comfortable all day, didn't he?
He barely had anything of note to have to deal with.
Yeah. I genuinely, I know we got some bits here from the first half, but I can't really remember too much about it, to be fair. It was instantly forgettable.
It was a nothing first half, realistically. It was just, don't get it wrong, it was going up and down, obviously, end to end, kind of, but there was nothing in the final third. There was no punch at all about anything.
Well, no, but I remember saying to the guy that was sitting next to me that, we must have been... Well, we got here that the Makoso shot over, but maybe it was just after that half hour in or something. I said, as much as it's not quite been 50-50, I think we did have more of the play. As much as we've been in control, we hadn't had a shot on target, but they'd had a couple. And okay, they're nothing of note. They were routine saves, but it was like... We've got to do something with this possession and this dominance. We have to create quality chances, and again, we've said it many times. We just didn't seem to be able to.
Yeah, I mean, I was starting to get worried. They pulled up on the TV something like in the last 2 games or whatever. I think maybe it was at half time, and I think it was one shot on target or something like that. Still, after 1.5 games, saying Luton don't look like scoring, blah 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 blah. Where the goals are going to come from, and I started looking around the pitch, thinking, well, we've got players in there now that can score goals. But is it going to click just yet? And it was a bit worrying at times.
But arguably, sorry, Dave, that Makosso one, that falls to probably anyone else. If it's Makosso knocking it back to Wells instead of the other way around, it probably goes in.
Yeah, exactly. But so we weren't in any danger, to be honest with you. And what you're saying about the lack of goal scoring opportunities and threats, I think we're victims of where we are at the moment with the squad. We've got Ali playing left wing back, so we're negating so much of what he's good with.
Can I just say though, I'm going to say this outright, I think he's much better left wing back than he is further up the pitch.
No, totally disagree.
I'll be honest, I see him, when he went to left wing back the other day, I thought he was brilliant.
Yeah, no, he was, again, he had two people on him invariably, but there was one time particularly where he was sleeping with the ball in the penalty area and he got nicked off him. That was a dangerous moment. You're going to get the best out of him when he's time and time again further up the pitch. I mentioned about Yates and Wells trying to connect, and that is going to click. So it is coming. And the first half, Shandon Baptiste.
He was. I was just about to say that about the two changes, but bastard. I was biding my time. But he was amazing, wasn't he?
I nearly asked for a player focus on Baptiste because honestly,
outrageous.
If he stays fit, it's going to be very important to us this season.
That's the biggest thing, as we all know. And he must be thinking, just please stay fit. But the way he played, particularly first half, spraying some of the passes around. I know that Luton released a little sort of footage of him today. It looks like he's really enjoying it and really believing in himself. And if he can stay fit, then at this level, we've got a player that really shouldn't be at this level.
And he'll smash this league up. He'll tear apart.
And actually, that he came in for Walsh, and Walsh had a good end to last season. Yeah. Didn't have a great game against Wimbledon, I don't think. But that sort of Baptiste, Saville, Clark, there's some real sort of experience and quality there.
And the thing is, having Baptiste in their team as well means Clark's then free to go ahead and score goals.
Yeah. And he does. Inevitably, he does when he plays further forwards. Clark at this level.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
He's
I mean, I can see him getting double figures this season.
But we say about Ali playing the left wing back role. I think the biggest problem for us at the moment is that right wing back role. And Walters is a young lad, but he's not ready yet. He doesn't seem ready. He didn't have a great first half. He got in a lot of positions, but he got outpaced by a defender. He got outclassed by the defender, and he just didn't generate anything.
No, a few passes went straight out of play.
Yeah, and it looks like there's a bit of player there. And again, I'm sat there thinking, and it's difficult because you go, well, last time we were at this level, you've got JJ up one wing, you've got Jack Stacey on the other. Yeah. We've even had James Bree there, and who's the other lad,
Kabore.
So we've been blessed with relatively decent right wing backs, but Raoul Waters for me is nowhere near.
The only thing, obviously, with that position at the moment, we've got nothing there to even challenge him. That's the only thing. Obviously, don't get it wrong. Obviously, when Lomwick, whatever his name is, Nigel, when he come on, he was brilliant.
He's a monster.
Yeah, and that was the change for me that made the main difference in the second half.
And how refreshing to see. We could all see it in the stands going, look, Waters isn't having much joy. Rather than flog him out there for another 25, 30 minutes, make the change. And instantly... Yeah. And yes, they've obviously had a chat in the change room half time. We've heard it in the interviews, but instantly we just came out like a different team.
Just better balance.
Yeah.
When we look at that first half, there's a couple of things that just pop into my mind, and one of them is the incredible Olympic-style dive from the Peterborough player whose name I can't remember.
I think it's Greg Laganis.
Could well have been him. Yeah. I mean. Sure, I mean, I can understand why players try and con the referee, but God Almighty,
pathetic,
if we're going to, there's something going around about Makossa at the moment regarding in inverted commas, alleged punch. I don't really think it was a punch. I think it was more of a push away.
He'll get banned for it, won't he?
Well, you can only get a ban if it's true that he's been reported for it. So we don't know that officially yet. So if that's happened, then he will get banned because they're going to look at that and go
violent conduct.
Yeah, but they should retrospectively go out the guys that are trying to cheat, shouldn't they? That's what I feel. That's how I feel about it.
In an ideal world, exactly. But I mean, I think everyone's going to expect a ban for that. And the shame is, he's the one that's got real pace in that back line. He's the one for me that can do a lot of mopping up and sort of covering behind. And that will be a loss to us if and when he does serve a ban.
Yeah, he doesn't have many weaknesses. Probably his distribution isn't great.
Yeah.
But he's young. He's going to have to learn. Look, we've got McGuinness sat there waiting to come back. You know, so we'll be all right in that sense. As for the diving, there is a rule for it. If the ref thinks that they're diving, it's a yellow card.
But it was a yellow card all day long. We're sitting right behind it.
We were right there, and you could see the reaction from our fans. It wasn't one or two; it was hundreds of us.
Yeah,
you know, if the ref pulls out a yellow card there and then, the other 15 that happened in the game don't happen.
Yeah, he was particularly lenient with that, and as I say, it was a shambles the way they were trying to cheat.
But Posh fans would say that the referee was on our side and not theirs for a number of decisions. So you know, I suppose it goes both ways, and also it's getting me down seeing them raise their hand and count down from 5. It just put the ball down, then he has to stop. You know, well, how does that make you rush the ball out or get rid of the ball earlier? It doesn't.
But how nice is it that we've got a goalie that is so calm with the ball at his feet that if the ref's counting down, he'll just put it down on the floor and go, all right,
yeah,
no worries. He's so chilled, isn't he?
Again, I can only think of one other shot that Keeley had to save in the first half. It was right near post, around about 20 odd minutes, 23 minutes.
He palmed it away,
I mean, but he was always in control of that.
Yeah.
And it just sort of, for me, first half fizzles out. I looked at the stats at the time and I was quite astounded that they had more possession than us and more passes than us. But I felt we were in control.
Yeah, no, I'm going to say, I always felt that we was in control, never under any pressure, really, to be honest with you.
Like you say, obviously, about the passing and whatever else, I feel like a lot of our passing probably didn't make as many passes because a lot of our passes were clean switches from sort of like left to right or whatever.
Some of
Mainly
those
by Baptiste.
Yeah, I was about to say some of those from Baptiste were sublime. This is the player that we want to be fit, and this is the player that we want to do that all the time.
Well, this is the thing. I mean,
he must be praying that he stays fit.
I think the whole Luton squad are praying that he stays fit because obviously we've seen what he can do. Obviously in an Oxford shirt years ago before he got his Brentford move or whatever else. But this guy, like, if you can get 30, 35 games out of him this season, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Yeah,
second half, then Nigel comes on, replaces Waters as we already said, and straight away makes a difference. We're straight at the goal. For the chance that Naismith had near post Darren, I was screaming on him. I was screaming at him to put it across.
The guy's left-footed as well. You know, he's coming in on the left-hand side. I watched it back. He's come from the halfway line. He's played. It's an elaborate 1-2 because he's ran all the way through. Nobody's picked him up. And you just think, go on then, square that up. There's 3 of them in the middle.
Yeah.
Tries to whip it in the near post.
With his right foot.
And the people in the penalty area were... You could see they were fuming. It was, head in hand sort of moment.
And there's an element of that where we're just maybe a little bit desperate at those moments to create that goal, whatever, that we're just not making the right decisions.
I think,
but Baptiste had one later on that you just, any other day you swing your leg at it, but he's trying to create more room for himself or something, and you know, it's just sometimes we just overplay it.
I was going to say, you know, you were saying about obviously, you know, shooting from like ridiculous angles instead of squaring the ball. If I'm right, I recall Ali doing the same thing in the second half. He's gone to put a cross in, but like he had a shot at the near post instead.
Could well have done.
Although he's scored like that in the past. So,
I know. But this, I mean, Dave, this was like, he was about, outside the area, crossing the ball. I think he might have just cocked up, but they reckon he was.
But it was positive because suddenly you got a centre half all the way up there, and we clearly attacking more, getting more numbers forward. So
I thought second half, and you can agree with me on this one, I'm sure, that we were quicker, faster the ball, closing them down, not giving them a second on the ball. Great passing in triangles and when we needed to, flicking it across the speed shore. So I thought it was so different from the first half.
Well, there was a bit of tempo. Which we mentioned after the Wimbledon game.
Less touched on the ball as well.
Yeah, exactly. And say with the players that we've got, with the control that they are capable of demonstrating, with a bit of tempo, the majority of teams shouldn't be able to cope with us. It really can be a great season. But it was much more purpose, much more urgency.
Can I just raise a little point as well? I'm going to say about obviously the midfield looking so good, but we haven't really spoke about George Saville. He complimented Baptiste so well. He dropped in, done the dirty yards and whatever else. Don't get me wrong, Baptiste did his job as well like that, off the ball. But Saville mopping up every single time midfield. And his distribution as well.
He's one of these guys that just quietly goes about his business. You know, he's quite understated and that, but takes a decent corner as well.
He's like a skillful Jonathan Smith. No disrespect to Jonathan Smith back in the day, but yeah.
no disrespect.
No, but I used to love John Smith. Not the beer, but yeah, obviously the player. But no, I mean, Saville's got a bit of bat in him, a bit of flair as well.
Yeah.
And defensively, shit's up, mate. But yeah.
Watching on the terrace here now, I thought it was just a matter of time before we get that chance that we're going to put away. I felt it was coming. It was non-stop. Peterborough they just couldn't stop us. They just weren't strong enough second half. And 60 minutes, we get a corner, and your man Saville.
Yeah. How good is his delivery, by the way?
It was brilliant delivery.
How good is that delivery?
When I was watching at the game, I thought, oh, that was an easy head. It wasn't a free
I think
header.
he was getting pulled, wasn't he, as well?
And just the way that he dived at it.
It almost felt a little bit slow motion that day. It was like he's just
fell.
Yeah, falling. The ball just dropped in. But actually, when you watch it back,
it's a brilliant goal.
Yeah.
The way that he gets to it first.
Yeah, he just stole a march on him, didn't he?
That's Mad's goal. That's the first goal he's scored in over 2 years. And his first one was?
West Ham.
West Ham. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So 1-0. Place is rocking at our end, and you could just see the life sucked out of Peterborough, I think.
Yeah.
And it was just then, for me, relentless. And it was, okay, when are we going to get another one?
And talking about Mads Anderson, because I know obviously you probably have a say. I don't know what you're going to say about it. I don't know if you're winding me up before the show. But
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. But Mads Anderson was brilliant, by the way.
I think defensively he is really, really good.
Yeah.
I say just a bit more pace with his passing, maybe. But
yeah, I mean, the other day though, there was a few times where he got the ball and he sort of done like a little turn on, like a little Cruyff turn or whatever else, distributed the ball. I know what you're saying sometimes. Maybe his legs don't move as quick to pass the ball off.
Yeah,
they're not as explosive. But
haven't you described him as
proper.
Bambi before?
No.
Is that somebody else?
Darren, was that you?
no, it wasn't me.
So I'm thinking they're not going to score. They have one free kick that they got a bit wooey about, but Keeley knew where that was going.
Well, Keeley was holding his arms back.
Yeah.
You know, he done the dodge, but he was holding his arms back and that. I mean, when it was 1-0, I wanted to get that second one because, you know, any crap deflection or some incident can just happen, and then it's 1-1, and they're getting something that they just don't deserve. We were so far superior to them, so I really wanted that second goal. So when that happened, I thought game over.
And the thing is as well, obviously, what Matt say was towards the end of the game, when did we score the second goal? 85th minute. So even after that, we obviously had 10 minutes when the lino went down.
He should have been done for diving.
Yeah, I know, it's pathetic, wasn't it?
Well, do you know what though?
I mean, you're into amateur dramatics, you do that sort of stuff. Dan, how did you rate that performance?
Well, after recently breaking a bone, and by all accounts he broke his ankle, then
oh shit!
Yeah.
I didn't realise.
It's just on the notes there. Yeah, he's reportedly broken his ankle. So
Pussy.
But you know what? When you think about it, the pitch really was being constantly watered, but the ball wasn't zipping around on it.
No, I don't know if they left it a bit long or something, but it wasn't flying along. No,
it makes you wonder whether he got his foot caught in the turf and he just went over.
But what I was going to say was, the only thing I was frustrated about. I mean, it's a silly thing because I thought after we scored that second goal, they were so open as well, Peterborough.
Yeah.
I think we could have damaged them more. We could have scored
absolutely.
another goal. And we didn't really care to score another goal. I understand why.
Mokoso had one, didn't he? I got it.
Yeah,
there,
pushed away.
Keep pushing it over.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
well, you can see you got 3,000 Luton fans. Shoot! And he was, okay then. I mean, it wasn't a bad effort. It was a fairly decent shot, I've got to say.
Let's quickly talk about the goal because it was a comedy of errors, really. Obviously, Peterborough thinking they were Man City and they could play the ball out from the back is the first thing. That mistake doesn't start with the pass back. It starts with the pass across the goal to the guy that passed it back. It was far too fast to him. Couldn't control it. Then you get shut down. I think it was that Wells shut him down.
Yeah.
So he panics and has to put the ball back to the goalkeeper
And the
on the wrong
as
foot
well.
in the middle of the goal. Your goalkeeper
then takes a bad
The thing is, though, was the goalkeeper on ketamine at the time? Because it's almost like I'll just wait for it to come across my body a quick little bit.
Apparently, he's known for it, and Wickham under Bloomfield scored against him a couple of times.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
With the same thing. So they've clearly earmarked it. But can I just say, find me a fitter, faster 35-year-old than Wells.
Yeah.
That guy. I mean, people around were going, "Well, he ain't going to do the whole game." Yes, he bloody is.
Yeah.
Well, he
I
came
think
off
we
a few minutes
mentioned
ago,
this last week. I don't know if you listened, Darren, last week.
Yeah, I did.
think we mentioned it. I think, didn't we? I said about obviously Marky Wells for a 35-year-old man. This guy will teach the young ones how to run and keep running. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
But the thing that I liked about it, one was the pace. You can always say maybe a bit lucky with the way it ricocheted, but then he had the experience and composure to what we got, and then
Pick
passed
the right
into Clark, who then just sort of done a dummy.
He was already celebrating as he passed the ball off. He was like, "Let's give it that."
I was generally thinking, Clark, just shove it in.
You know, like we say about overplaying it. Like every single one of us would just lash onto that and hit it. No, Jordan Clark, I'll just take a touch, send him for a hot dog, and then I'll put it in the other corner.
Exactly.
Roll it in with the slug.
Also, when you look at Luton's official slow motion version of it, it just looks great, doesn't it? And it shows the goalkeeper up for the mistake, but it also shows great how quick Wells was there.
Yeah.
How good he reacted, because he sort of almost tripped over, picked himself up. So for me, quality goal.
Yeah, no, exactly. And it's a press like that we didn't really have at all last year. You know, so that's good. And it's going to create mistakes. We're going to score goals if we can do that.
Yeah.
And if Wells is doing that, and Yates,
he's a willing runner,
he's going to do it. Do you know, he worked his socks off, and you know, he looked, even though he hasn't had much of a pre-season, or he hasn't played a game, you know, he looked almost at the races already, didn't he? So imagine when he is fully there.
I was going to say, you could definitely see it was a little bit of him being a bit off sometimes with his touches and his, you know,
and actually the
split decision.
And the runs, there was one in the first half where Walters actually played the ball quite nicely down the line, and I looked up and Yates moaned because Yates had gone short, but I think Bloomfield, he always wants the ball in the danger area, and Yates hasn't quite got what we're trying to achieve yet, so
that will come.
It will come, and when it does, I think those two up top, wow,
dangerous.
Just briefly talk about Mads Anderson though. Possibly his best game for a long time for us.
Probably his best ever game, I'd say. I mean, when's he really played a full 90 minutes? That's another thing you'd probably suggest, but
again, it's another player that must be just happy to be out there fit and playing. I mean, obviously the winning and the clean sheets is just added bonuses for him. But he's a great defender, particularly at this level. He's one of those leaders that we didn't have last season throughout the season. So we just seem to have leaders across the pitch now. And he's worth his weight in gold. And you know, and say we've got there's McGuinness to come back, so we're going to need all of these guys throughout the season.
It's nice to be talking about Luton in a more positive way, isn't it? You know, Darren, when I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking, should I get really excited? We've only played, no disrespect to the opposing, we played Wimbledon and Peterborough.
I think we can allow ourselves to get a little bit excited, but
so we've been starved.
We have been starved, and it's just so nice to have a smile on your face. You're going on a Saturday excited to watch the football, even though the football quality level isn't quite there yet. But I think we just need to sit tight. You know, we need to sit tight. It's that, you often say, Tara, about the 10 games in, and I think it was a John Steele thing, wasn't it? I think we just let's get Bradford out of the way and Cardiff, and then let's see where we are. But we're not clicking yet. There may be one or two more to come in, but we've got 6 points out of 6, and it's exciting. And if we can pick up points while we're still developing, you know, it can only be a good thing.
And the thing is, if we go on in the next 10 games and we only win, say, like half of them or whatever else, or 4 or 5, we keep 6 clean sheets or whatever, you'll still look at it and go, okay, well, there's a foundation there as well to build on. Because at the end of the day, that's what I'm looking at the moment. I'm looking at the defensive structure, how we're setting off off the ball. Rather than the attack, yes, the attack isn't quite there. You can see, obviously, it's new. Everyone's new. It's not quite there. We know this. But defensively, it looks like they've been playing together for a long time.
It just doesn't.
I know it's early doors, but
doesn't look like we're going to concede a goal.
No.
Does it give you the confidence that we can be pushing for those top spots, or are we just thinking?
I think we should be anyway. I mean, look at the quality of player we've signed. Nicky Wells, whatever you want to say his name, however they say it, and Jerry Yates up top. For this level, that is, for me, that's the best partnership in the division straight away. The midfield, Baptiste if he's fit, Clark, Saville. probably the best midfield in the league.
Yeah,
also.
and then Walsh to come on as well.
Yeah, and then you've got the quality like yourself, the bench and whatever else. Yeah. This is another player we've not really seen much of, but apparently it's highly rated by other teams.
Yeah.
So, and then you look at the defence. McGuinness, all right, he wasn't great last season. Fine. Makoso, when he steps in, amazing. Naismith, great when he came in. Possibly the best back three in the league.
Yeah, I think
Mads Anderson. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, but
And then Lundvik can play there as well.
Yeah. This is it.
I think on the defence though, I think that's the one area where it's difficult and probably not right to pick on a player. If there's a department that plays as a unit more than anything else, I would suggest it's the defensive unit. But again, you've got Keeley. I think he's quite vocal. I think he's organising. So again,
Yes,
I think that helps. We didn't have that under Kaminsky. That wasn't one of his strong suits at all. We've got a very confident young man in goal.
Yeah.
And
talking to Kaminsky, no one said it at the weekend as well.
No.
Lucky not to give away a penalty.
Wasn't it fantastic though that he didn't give the penalty away against
classic
Watford?
Kaminsky.
Classic.
I think
Well done, Charlton.
I think we're very solid straight down the middle. If we can sort out those wing back positions, and I know we've got the and you're going to tell me the name, aren't you, Pataro, of the left wing back we signed?
Oh, Bramall. Cohen Bramall.
Thank you. Hopefully he's right. He slots in that left wing back position, and whether Lundvik becomes the right wing back or whether Walters can develop.
Yeah.
Once we've got the wing back position sorted, we are sorted.
Nigel,
Just call him
big Nigel. He is actually a centre half, isn't he?
Yeah.
Which, obviously, we always say about square pegs and all that sort of stuff. But he looks all right, doesn't he?
Yeah.
At full back, and he's trusted at left wing back, and he's been now trusted at right wing back. Where let's face it, when he came up for that half hour, whatever it was, the second half, he was fantastic.
I thought his second half was infinitely better than against Wimbledon.
Yeah.
But again, I know we said it at the time, but there seemed to be a real reluctance for the ball to go over to the left against Wimbledon. Everything was on the right hand side. Yeah, it just looks good, and I think Ludwig, Lauvik, Nigel, I think he'll be fine.
Ludwig.
Can we just agree to call him Nigel, please?
Big Nige.
Big Nige.
Ludwig.
Yeah.
God, the guy behind me was calling him Van Dyke.
Oh, the
come
guy next to me was doing that, and it's like, come on.
It's not even close, is it? We asked you guys, does the second half performance Saturday give you the confidence that we'll be pushing for promotion? And after his goal, how have you rated Mads Anderson's start to the season? Richard said that Mads has done really well. He's used to this league, glad he got his goal. As for promotion, I think it's a little too early, but clearly Bloomfield is getting more out of this team. Twice they've responded to him not being happy, and the team is allowed to voice opinion in the dressing room. Seems like a good environment. And I think we've been missing that, haven't we, this season? Last season, we've been missing that cohesion in the dressing room.
Well, that's the leaders thing again, isn't it? Where you've got senior players that are able to get their point across and talk about these things openly.
Yeah.
Nazrul says, second half ooze promotion credentials, composure, control, and that ruthless edge topside show. Oh yeah, topside show. I get it. Anderson has been a colossus, wins everything in the air, organises the back line, man of the match last week, got the all-important opener, and he is setting the tone for the whole team. I think that's fair. Sam says, it was refreshing to see Matt identify an issue and act on it. Edward would wait and make changes far too late. Our first two games have been against relatively easy opposition, so I think that the Bradford away game and the Cardiff at home will have more of an idea of how our season could potentially pan out. Anderson looked solid and topped off a fine performance with a crucial goal. Wells deserves a mention as he was a constant nuisance all afternoon and never stopped running. I think we've already said that. Andy said an improved second half display which showed that Matt is not scared of making changes. There's a good chance of promotion, but we have to remember all the players need time to gel and form partnerships. Let's judge after 10 games. Mads has been impressive, but it may be a little bit harsh to say he's found his level. And finally, Lee said that thoroughly enjoyed the second half, as did I. Controlled the game and looked a class above. Definitely giving me hope for a good season. Finally seeing the Mads that Barnsley fans raved about, hoping he keeps fit. And there's the crucial bit about it all. Keeping fit for us are our crucial players, and I genuinely believe that we will do well.
Yeah, I do. The first comment from Richard, That's my nephew.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I'm just going to pick up because some of his grammar is incorrect. So, so see me afterwards, Richie. Okay, mate.
Oh, good. Well done, Richie. Well, thanks for listening, Richie. And your uncle here, he doesn't know what he's talking about half the time.
I just cut and paste.
Exactly. You've put it how it was. Yeah.
Oh man.
Listen, I'm not even going to think about Coventry away. Matt, can I just point out that there was a guy next to me that was moaning about Matt Bloomfield and his inability to do stuff. And he was really moaning. And he said to this guy who was arguing with him opposite me, next to me, he said, he's been here 8 months and we ain't got a song about him. And at the end, the crowd reacted to Matt Bloomfield. And I think that is the first time we've really gone at and said to Matt Bloomfield, well done, that's it, and the song comes out.
And you could see it meant something to him.
Oh, he was buzzing. He was so happy to hear that. You could absolutely tell that.
He deserves it.
He was loving that.
I mean, last season was tough. No, I mean, no one can blame him anyway. We've already said this. I mean, I think we actually done really well under him.
The guy sitting next to me said it was his fault we got relegated.
Well, he's a bellend then, isn't he? So if he listens to this, he's a bellend. You are a bellend.
We're a point away from staying up.
Yeah.
Apart from the West Brom game, the last 10 games were unbelievable.
I mean, apart from having the best, third best form in the league in the last 10 games as well. I mean, But who is this guy anyway? Do you know who he is?
No, just.
But I just think it's that bringing the fans, the players, the staff back together again, and I think that did mean a lot to him. And maybe that sort of fist pumping at the end is a bit too common now, but it joins us all together, and it really did mean something.
Exactly.
Briefly, let's dismiss Coventry. It doesn't matter if we win or lose. I'd like to win, but we're putting out a second. Well, we're going to maybe giving people time for getting fitter. You're going to see a different team.
Play and Walsh will play.
You're going to see a different team.
I think Joe Yates gets some minutes as well, won't he?
Yeah, potentially that's a good shout.
But do you want to? I'm not going to Coventry. The last time I went, it killed me. Literally killed me. 2-0 up and thinking this is it.
But at 2-0 up, we still knew. You could tell what was coming.
But that's the reason I'm not going this time. Bradford, Wigan, Cardiff, Burton. For me, I'd love to get 9 from that. So I'm going to go for 9. I'm up to Bradford at the weekend, and I'm thinking, why are we too wary of them? I don't know.
I've gone 8 points. I think.
I've gone 8 as well.
Yeah, I think we'll get a point at Bradford.
Yep.
We will beat Wigan and Burton, and we'll draw at home with Cardiff.
Oh, I've gone for exact same as Steve there.
Have you, mate?
Yeah.
What a wise man you are.
I was just waiting for you to say what did you say, Steve? I'm going to copy that.
Just looking here, Bradford drew with Northampton 0-0 at the weekend. They won 2. Cobblers. Back to soccer AM days.
I am glad Steve's on holiday next week.
And they beat
sorry, everyone.
They beat Wickham 2-1, but Wickham did miss a penalty.
Yeah, and so this is what I'm saying. I don't know why we're too worried about it. Go up there, play like we did on Saturday, the second half, and then we're in with a good shout.
Not being funny, but last season, well, maybe not last season actually, but even with the beginning of the season, when we still had shit in our eyes, we couldn't really see what was going on. you looked at them like the games like Northampton, you'd have gone, we're not worried about that. Why are we worried about it now?
No,
I feel we're better off now.
Yeah, I think
confidence is flowing, so we'll take that.
I think we're in that. Just briefly, the prediction league. I did say 2-0, but I changed my mind. So
you actually said I want it to be 2-0, but I'll go for a 2-1.
Yeah,
mate.
Well, it's the first time. So can we have your Bradford predictions, please, real quickly? I'm going to go for 2-0 because I reckon we're going to win it.
Okay. I'll go 1-0.
Oh, okay.
1-0.
Yeah, take your time.
We've
got a minute left of this podcast.
And Darren?
I'm going 1-0 Luton.
And Pataro, what are you doing?
I'm going for a 2-1 win to Luton.
Brilliant. That's it. That's that done. We'll get Jacobs from France because that's where Jacob is right now. Look, if you've got this far and you haven't already liked and subscribed on YouTube, please do. If you haven't watched us on YouTube, go over and see how good looking we all are, and
especially
and see Pataro's hair length. It's changed, and
got a couple of hellos to do, haven't we?
Yeah, listen, I was getting to that point. If you just hold your horses,
just do it quicker.
Go on, then you do yours first.
Jack from Dubai.
Oh yeah, Jack from Dubai. He listens all the time. But Jack, nice to see you.
Yeah, he can't come to see us at half time. I hope he had a safe journey back. But he said, "You always say come and say hello," so I have. So top man.
And An astonishing thing happened at the weekend too. That Darren was recognised.
I know. It's
Somebody who's got a dodgy arm.
like, as if I weren't excited enough that we won a game. Somebody recognised me.
It was the first time, Dan, was it?
First time.
Oh,
Do you know?
man.
And the only reason why he recognised me, because as we were walking out, he approached me from this angle. He obviously just recognised this side of my face.
Oh, I was going to say something really disgusting. I thought, better
Just
not.
turn and face the camera, then people can see what
this
you
is
look
what
like.
I look like. Yeah, not just
Keir
that.
Starmer.
But thank you. Hello to Thomas. So thank you for coming to say hello. It made my day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you talked about it all the way home. It was like, get off it. And finally, last week, I genuinely, hello Hudson barking in the background. I couldn't remember a guy's name who spoke to me at Kenilworth Road. He travelled up from Exeter every week.
Fair play.
Fair play to you. And his name's Ross. Ross, it's always nice to say hello to people, and it's. Please carry on coming up and saying hi and saying hello, and just tells us that you've been listening. It's fantastic. Well, onwards and upwards. That's all I can say. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and
I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, good. Steve
Thank
won't be here
God
for the
for
next
that.
couple of weeks, so we'll see how that one goes.
Can I get that chair?
Yeah, you can, but you have
I
to
mean, I've got a bit of slight BO, but it's all right, mate.
yeah.
Go on, you'll be all
and
right.
you'll have to take your booster seat over there as well.
And with that,
And with that in mind, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all
Cheers,
again
everyone.
next time. Take
See
care.
ya.